The Switch was a jack of all trades. Almost every major Nintendo game series got a new game. Even games that were seemingly never going to make a comeback, such as Pokemon Snap, got new games on the Switch. It's safe to say that Nintendo got experimental with the Switch, but this raises the question of what series will return for the Nintendo Switch successor? First up, Rhythm Heaven, or Rhythm Paradise here in Europe, is a series that has been absent since the 3DS. If you don't know what Rhythm Heaven is, it's a rhythm game which initially launched on the Game Boy Advance in Japan under the name Rhythm Tengoku. I'm like 90% sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. And then the DS got a second game which globalized the series. Then it was on the Wii, and its final game rests on the 3DS. This is a series that definitely has its fans. I see plenty of people talking about this game, and I genuinely think that it has a decent chance of returning. We actually got a rhythm game from Nintendo quite recently in the form of Rhythm Kitchen in Super Mario Party Jamboree. This game uses motion controls to make food to a beat, which is actually quite a cool idea and could definitely be part of a Rhythm Heaven game. On top of this, whatever new technology is going to be crammed into the new Joy-Cons could be utilized awesomely with a new Rhythm Heaven game. Moving on to our next game, F-Zero has been a name that's been thrown about somewhat frequently in terms of leaks and predictions. In my eyes, it is fairly unlikely. Nintendo's biggest staple racing game is obviously Mario Kart, and for good reason. However, we did get F-Zero 99 on the Switch. In my opinion, this doesn't count as a true revival of the series, but it is important to acknowledge. F-Zero is a series that still gets referenced and featured in modern games, which shows that it is not completely dead yet. We got Captain Falcon in Smash and F-Zero tracks in Mario Kart. Even in the Wii U days, we got a little F-Zero minigame in Nintendo Land. I personally don't think a new game is completely out of the question for F-Zero. It's still a franchise that gets frequently acknowledged, and there is definitely an audience for a new game. The next series I want to talk about today is some kind of Wii series game, and by this I mean along the lines of Wii Party or Wii Fit. There are games reminiscent of the series, but they aren't officially a part of it. Obviously, it wouldn't come under the title of Wii. It would most likely be whatever the name of the next console is, like what we got with Nintendo Switch Sports. The Wii series had some great experiences, and it's a shame we haven't got much of that on the Switch. I think that some kind of Switch Party would be the most likely for a new Wii series game, as we already have two games in the franchise being Wii Party and Wii Party U, and both of these games were excellent. I would love to see more Mii action on the successor no matter what happens, so a game like this would be brilliant. Speaking of Mii's, our next series is none other than Tomodachi Life. Fans have been begging for a port or sequel of this game since the Switch released, and it honestly baffles me that we haven't got it yet. We got Miitopia, which was incredibly promising for a Tomodachi port, and some of the new features that they brought to that game, namely the new Mii editing features, would work so perfectly with Tomodachi Life. I think that it would be absolutely insane for Nintendo not to continue this series, as it is such a fan favourite, and even people who aren't specifically Nintendo fans love Tomodachi Life. Well, I think that these are the four most likely series to get another chance at life on the Switch successor. There are a couple of other series that have faded away over time and will unfortunately most likely stay that way. Obviously, there is a chance they'll be ported in some kind of virtual console or whatever Nintendo Switch Online ends up becoming, but only time would tell with that. What series do you think that we're likely to see again on the Switch successor? Make sure to let me know in the comments, because I would love to know what you think. The Switch was a jack of all sake. Really? And F-Zero tracks in Mario Kart. Sake. Okay, no? Not yet? I'll give you a moment. I'll give you a moment. Okay, I'm going. F-Zero... F-Zero... Please. Jesus Christ! What the? There's like a shotgun! What? Oh, please, shut up. Please. It's so much. It's been going on for like half an hour now. Please. Please. How many fireworks do you have? How many do you have? How many do you need? Dude. Continue this series. It is... Oh my god. What the f... Dude. You'd think that they did blow up Parliament. What? Why do they have to... What? That is so excessive. That is so loud. It is 7 p.m. that way. Oh my god.